Make sure you stay tuned until the end of the episode to hear Brett and Tanya explaining to us the rules of curling and why it's a better couple sport than pickleball. Hello and welcome to episode 17 of the Binge Moto podcast. On this episode, Brandon and I are joined by a Canadian couple that decided they'd had enough of the 9 to 5 and sold everything they owned, bought some backpacks, and hit the road visiting over 60 countries. Recently, they decided to try something new and bought a couple of adventure motorcycles and now are riding all over North America and beyond. You can follow their adventures, and you should, at Morrisons Enroute. Welcome to the Binge Moto podcast, guys.
Thank you, Brad.
So,
Welcome.
so I was just asking you, I've been watching your latest content where you're in Alaska, but you're not actually in Alaska anymore. Where are you now?
No, we're in Mexico right now.
You're in Mexico.
Mainland Mexico and Durango, actually.
Yeah.
A
So,
little warmer here.
yeah, it's probably a lot warmer. It's a good time to make your way down south. So, give us a little bit of background on how all this started. I kind of just briefly mentioned that at some point you guys just said, "Screw regular society, we're going to go backpacking around the world." And how did that start? How did that come about?
So we had marital issues at the beginning, and then we decided that we should travel
Yeah.
and spend more time together, see the world, because the regular world wasn't working for us. So we got backpacks and started traveling and just fell in love with it. And then we would travel until we ran out of money and then go back to work and then do it all over again.
Which doesn't take very long to run out of money a lot of the times when you're traveling.
Yeah,
It gets
especially when
pretty
you're
expensive
traveling.
even backpacking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to say, I'm not sure the logic in that, because usually when my wife and I are on vacation, you end up spending 24 hours a day together, and you just by
Yeah.
the end of the week, you're ready to. So if you're having
Well-
issues, then you go on the road, but it actually is strengthening your relationship.
Yeah, it really did. We were not in a very good place. And then traveling, well, we travel together all the time. We've worked almost every job together. So we basically, the last 13 years have been side by side, never apart.
16
incredible.
is what
Well, traveling.
Traveling, though. Yeah. So, what kind of jobs do you guys take when you stop traveling?
Usually something that we can leave, or it's a seasonal job. Construction, we worked on vac trucks. I was his swamper, where the only time he was my boss.
Well, yeah, we do basically anything we can get. I was a plumber for years, firefighter, and then we got into construction. We did the vacuum truck, and then we got pretty fortunate with a job way up north in Alberta at the mine,
Nice.
running heavy equipment up there.
Yeah, we started as equipment operators and then ended up moving up, and I moved into safety and Brett moved up to a supervisor and then general foreman. So you can work some pretty long hours and pretty big shifts up there to make some money to go traveling.
Put in your pocket. Yeah, especially if you're just focused on that. Just put it in your pocket for later. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. We went into camp there and we spent 2 years in camp, never left camp.
Yeah. It's really easy to focus and stay in work when you know what the goal is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
pretty
no,
cool.
no, it's not called the rodeo. What is it called up there in Alberta?
The
Yes,
Stampede
thank
in
you.
Calgary.
Thank you. Sorry.
Hey,
Yeah. So no going to the Stampede. Just saving our
Yeah.
bucks.
Yeah. We didn't do anything. We didn't even go. So where we were in camp was a half hour from town. We didn't even go into town. We just stayed in camp for 2 years straight.
Wow.
So where did you guys start off? Where'd you meet? Where'd you get married and all that stuff?
We met. I was working at a plumbing store and he was a plumber.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a plumber by trade for years. Never finished school, but I had to go into the shop every day to pick out parts, and she
Yeah.
happened to be the parts lady.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then I had
I
to
work in construction too, so I have a lot of relationships. No, I've never married anybody, but I have a lot of relationships with the counter people at these different supply places. So you really
Yeah,
get
I
to
just
feel
had to
like you're
basically stalk her.
right. You start to feel like you're their coworker, even though you don't work there, because you're there every morning picking up stuff.
Pretty much, yeah. You are constantly in there every day. You see them more than you see anybody else, so I figured I might as well just keep her.
There you go.
It worked out. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we
So-
got
so
married in Jasper in 2010. Yeah, so we've been married for quite a while.
Yeah, that's a good haul. Yeah. So,
So where did you go on your first trip when you first kind of, sorry if I'm skipping ahead, Brian, where did you go on
no,
your
no,
first
no.
trip?
That's the order I got it in. Go ahead.
So we went on a family trip with my family, my mom, my brothers, sisters, everybody to Costa Rica and did Christmas and New Year's with them. And then they all went home. We spent a little bit extra time in Costa Rica. And then we took a flight over to Australia from there. Oh, no, New Zealand.
First,
Oh,
because
wow.
we were gonna go there and get work visas and then just work, and it didn't work out that way. The visas didn't go through, so then we just toured around and just started backpacking.
Yeah, it's just kind of our life. We just fall into things. New Zealand was expensive. So we left New Zealand, thought Australia would be a little bit cheaper.
It's not.
It's not. We rented a van in New Zealand and we drove up the Gold Coast. And then
Wow.
we were struggling with money and we pulled into just a parking lot and there was a sign for a flight center there. And it said deals on flights to Thailand. So
Oh,
we walked inside, talked to the guy in there, booked a flight to Thailand, brought the van back and flew to Thailand.
Yeah.
Nice.
We were on a pretty strict budget there. There was because I kept a journal of all of our travels, of everything that we did every single day, and I was typing them out and reading back some of them. And there was one day where we didn't have enough money for dinner, so we had a Mars bar and just split that because we were over our budget for the day. So the flight to Thailand was expensive, but it was worth it.
Wow.
yeah. I would like
Huh.
to go there someday. That's one of the bucket list places.
Yeah, I think
It's one of the places that we went back to. It's the only place that we went back to more than once. We went back
five times now.
5 times now. We lived there for a
Wow.
year and a half. We worked as dive masters there. We spent a lot of time there.
Man, I want to be you
Next
guys.
up is
when we
riding
grow up.
bikes there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we rode a scooter there. That's
Well,
about all I learned.
Well, Brett rode the scooter. I was the backpack, and I tried one time. He's like, "Here, you drive." So I got on and I rode. He's like, "Nope." And I'm like, "I'm never doing that again. It's not for me."
He's also quite a bit bigger than you, so that's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
dynamic when you're
He's a
trying to
scoot.
work the bike with somebody bigger than you on the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't work very good.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
even by myself, I couldn't even move it.
So, so you guys went to Thailand, and then I'm assuming you hit Europe at some point. In order to get 60 countries in, you had to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did Thailand. We took a hop on, hop off bus around Thailand, which was amazing. I don't even know if the company exists anymore, but it was Stray Asia. Um, and it was amazing. We met some amazing people there. Our tour guide was from Australia, but we did most of Southeast Asia. And then we ran out of money, went home. And once we saved up again, we went back and I think we did Europe the next time after that too. And we did 19 countries in Europe the first time we were there. And then I don't even know where we went.
We did the Balkans. We did all the Balkans and the Baltics.
Nice.
We
Nice. So you
went
already
to
did that. A little bit tough
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do
so
that right now, right?
They were so good. I love them.
our last trip was the one we originally had this. Well, we can get into what our big plan was, but we flew to Europe and we just jumped on a bus basically and did 26 countries throughout Europe. Just lost. We didn't know what we were doing. We just kept getting on buses and moving around.
Yeah, we'd look for whatever it was the cheapest flight or bus and then just decide where we were going from there. We went down to Dubai, we went back up to Poland, then we went back down and we went to Turkey and Jordan and rented
Wow.
cars and drove all over. Like we're just lost, just not trying to figure out what we wanted to do. But the only reason we ended up doing that was because we wanted to buy a sailboat. And we went to do our our course in the UK, and we went through all the course, we passed it, everything, went to apply for jobs, and then we heard that Spain was really good for getting jobs. So we were in Italy and took a ferry all the way from there over to Spain, and for 28 of the 28 and a half hours the ferry was, I was seasick. So
Oh,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
we figured
sure.
that sailboat isn't probably not the best option.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Oh,
better.
thank God you did that before you bought the boat.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Thank God you found out
Oh my
before
God.
you committed to that.
Yeah.
I was slightly depressed. I spent 2.5 years in camp. And all I did was look at sailboats. I was
Oh,
determined.
man.
We were buying a sailboat. I knew everything about sailboats. And then it was done in one 28-hour trip.
Oh
Wow.
man,
So
life changed.
yeah, so
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
why we flopped around Europe. We had no idea what we were doing anymore. We wanted to buy a boat. We went to Europe to buy a boat. And then, nope, I guess we're just going to travel.
I was like, maybe I can get used to seasickness. Like, I don't know, is that the thing?
you probably would get your sea legs eventually, maybe, but
Yeah, maybe.
I believe
maybe.
you do. And it probably is a future plan of ours. We love the motorbikes, but the having, a bathroom and a roof over your head every once in a while and being able to
People
travel
don't.
is a future thing, like way in the future. But
Yeah,
right
like
now it's
when we're-
bikes.
Yeah. But we probably won't do any ocean crossings.
At least not right off the bat.
No. And we'll have to have somewhere to put the bikes too, so that when we get somewhere, we can just take
Well,
the
hey,
bikes.
speaking of the bikes, is one of them a CRF 300? Are you both riding the same bike?
Yeah, no, mine's a rally.
Yeah. So she has 300.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. You have a CRF. Well, what?
Mine is the Yamaha Tenere, the 700.
You have
Yeah,
a
you got
Tenere 700.
you got
Very nice,
T7,
very nice,
yeah,
very nice.
yeah.
That's an excellent bike. I mean, the CRF 300 is awesome as well. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm a smaller guy, so I mean, Brian and I talk on other podcasts about how the 300 is probably the bike I should have, but my ego made me get one that was a little bit too big.
Yeah, he's
So
gonna
I'm a
he's
pretty
gonna take
short.
you
I'm
to
a
quite
pretty
a
short
bit.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to get the 300, but with the amount of stuff that we have and all the filming
Yeah.
equipment, and then when we left, I was fairly heavy. I was probably 240 pounds.
Mm.
So all like my weight and all the gear, it was too much for that little bike.
Yeah, that would be too much.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
another question I've got. So I think I've seen it's the 360 cameras on your bikes.
Yeah.
What are you shooting with?
So we have one Insta360 that mounts on, it's now mounted on my dash facing me.
Yeah.
And then we have 5 GoPro Hero 12. Yeah, Hero 12s.
Yeah. And then
Wow.
we've got the DJI drone too that we use.
Which one? I've got the Mini 4. Which drone did you get?
We tried the Mini 4. We wanted it so bad.
So we used to have a DJI
No.
Mavic Pro,
But yeah.
and then it was big. So we wanted to go a little bit smaller for this trip. So we bought the
The 3 first.
the little DJI 3.
Okay.
And it doesn't have the follow me feature on it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we returned it, and then we went down and we bought the one that you have, the 4. I charged it up, turned it on, and it would not connect to its remote. So we brought it back to Best Buy, picked out another one, brought it home, charged it, exact same thing. It would not connect to its DJI Go Fly app. So I just took that as a sign. I was like, apparently I'm not meant to have this. So we went down and bought the DJI Mavic Classic. So
Okay.
it's a very big drone, but it has very nice cameras on it. It has a long flight distance. It flies for 45 minutes per battery.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
I don't know if
amazing.
you've seen the last video that we just put up where we did the Atkins Pass up
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Prudhoe
yeah.
Bay. The
Gorgeous.
video from there, like the drone is
Unreal.
amazing.
Yeah. I was jealous of all of Brandon's cool drone shots, so I ordered one. And the same thing that happened to you guys. I ordered a Ruko. It had really great reviews, but it wouldn't connect. The camera wouldn't connect to the thing, but it was flying all over the place. I could fly it easily. And so I since I got on Amazon, I just did a return, and so they immediately sent me another one even before I returned it. So I had 2 of them here. The other one I finally got to connect where it flew, but then it finally connected to my phone where I could see the image, and then it wouldn't fly anymore. I was like, either fly
when
or
you guys
have
were
the
telling your
camera.
story, I thought his mind was going to explode because it was like the exact same thing just happened to him. That was
Yeah.
amazing cinema just for me. Watching
Yeah.
what just happened.
Yeah, when you were telling the story, I was going, "That just happened to me," but it wasn't. I'm looking. I have it set on Amazon right now. When it drops back down it's gonna auto buy the DJI for me, but I'm
They're-
assuming Black Friday next week or whatever there'll be some sales.
Oh
But
yeah.
Yeah, they can be very frustrating. Like I love it, but it's every day there's an issue. You go to send it up and a setting's changed on it and it won't fly when it got a little dark, or the sensors won't allow it, or if it has Wi-Fi, there's an airplane in the sky somewhere, it won't take off because there's an airplane nearby.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys
but
get
it
to go
does
to
do
Fir-
nice
first,
video.
first world problems, I guess.
yeah?
Yeah, right.
Did you guys
You
ever
know.
go to like Norway or Sweden or anywhere up there in the?
Not yet. That's on our list. We can only do 90 days there because of the Schengen. So we want to go there for the full 90 days, and that'll be a future bike trip for sure to
Oh,
do
okay.
Norway, Sweden, and Finland.
Yeah. I'm doing Norway, Sweden, and Denmark in December, but not on a bike. Obviously, it's gonna be too cold. It's
Yeah.
already too cold
Yeah.
there.
Denmark is a beautiful place.
Yeah. So I'm looking
So,
forward to that.
so what was the impetus for jumping on the bikes? How did you decide on the bikes you got? And what was it? Just like, well, the sailboat's out, we got to do something else badass, or what?
So pretty much. So when the sailboat fell through, we did our trip through Europe, and then we went back home, and it just happened to be we got home in the middle of winter, which is when construction season starts up north again. So we went back north for 6 months and tried to plan, like, what are we going to do? And then I thought about overlanding and buying an overlanding vehicle.
Oh, sure. Cool.
So I dove into that and I searched and searched. I searched everything from a Jeep to great big Unimogs, everything. And I just found that the price of it, to get anything worthwhile that was not miled out, you're looking at $200,000.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and the other thing too is when you're traveling outside of the US and Canada with anything, the insurance is crazy expensive.
Oh,
Um,
sure.
So if you decide that you're not going with insurance, if that goes missing, like if the bikes go missing, it's not as expensive as a $200,000 overland
Yeah.
vehicle.
Right.
Yeah.
so we just kind of got lost trying to figure out what to do. And then we had talked about getting pedal bikes. Well, not even pedal bikes. They're like the 3-wheeled, you sit down in them, you steer with your hands beside you. It looks almost like a wheelchair.
If I
Yeah.
talk about it, he said that he means that he suggested it, and I said not happening.
And then, can't remember, we might have just been watching an Itchy Boots episode, and we were just like, maybe we can do it on bikes. And then again, I just dove into it and started looking at every bike that's ever been made for this.
Well, especially too, 'cause being short, I was nervous because the last time I was on a scooter, I did not do very well. So going onto a bigger bike and onto trails and stuff was a little iffy.
Thanks for saying you overcame your fear. That Honda is not short. It's a pretty tall bike.
Yeah,
Hers is pretty short now.
well, we got it lowered. So it's not.
Oh, okay,
No.
good. Okay.
So I was just going through some video, and the other day I realized I'm not tippy toe. I thought I was tippy toe on the bike, but I've just got comfortable with it that I feel like I am because my one foot is down,
Yeah.
and it's still pretty high. We got it down with the lowered seat and the lowering link to 32
Okay.
That's still pretty tall
because
though.
it comes 35.5.
Wow.
I
So
mean, it's
lower-
a pretty big swing. Those are
Yeah.
tall
Yeah,
bikes.
and
Sitting
my
next,
my inseam is 29, so I'm not very tall.
Yeah.
we bought it and brought them home, putting the 300 next to my 700. They were identical in height.
Yeah. I believe it. I believe
And
it.
I almost have to tippy toe on the 700. So there's no way she was going to make it with that bike.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
for
in
sure.
that, like, I don't know, episode before last or whatever, where you fell over like 4 times in like a 20-minute span of the episode.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I still drop it.
yeah,
Wow.
no, but
Adventure bikes look stupid if they're not scratched up.
Yeah,
Right?
well, it needs to have a nap for better performance later.
That's right. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it'll have amazing performance in Argentina.
Yeah. Well, so it's funny that you talking about bike height because so my first adventure bike that I bought was a Himalayan, Royal Enfield Himalayan 411,
Oh,
Yeah.
specifically because it's a 30-inch seat height or whatever. Now it's only
Yep.
24 horsepower, so that the 300 could run circles around it or whatever. But
Yeah.
but that's that's for that exact reason. Is because I wanted to be able to put my feet down because I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I bought a taller bike. I mentioned earlier my ego got the best of me.
When we
He doesn't know
bought
what he's
her
doing,
bike,
but he does it a lot faster.
yeah, when we brought her bike home, she went to get on it and there was no way she could sit. So we actually went to the city 2 days later and looked at Himalayans because they were one of the shortest bikes. We
Yeah.
were going to just bring her bike back to the dealership, eat whatever cost it was, and buy her something else. But even the Himalayan without a lowering kit was still way too big.
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
without the lowering kit on it, like I was pretty nervous, even
Yeah.
to like I couldn't even get on it.
Yeah.
Oh, hats off! You're doing it now. Hats off to
Yeah.
both of you. Frankly, I mean, you guys were riding some pretty nasty soup right up in Alaska. Like some of those
Yeah.
roads are pretty gross.
One, it was hard when we got up there because, of course, Facebook and you have so many negative people out there.
Yeah.
We got told by so many people that it's so dangerous to drive the Dalton Highway, and if it's even the slightest chance of rain, don't even think about going up there. And then we wake up, and of course, it's raining out,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, I don't want to cancel because John on the internet told me that the road is bad.
Well, I'm not gonna say I'm an
Ooh.
overthinker, but I'm a little bit of an overthinker. So when someone tells me that it's bad or tells me to watch out for something, that's mostly what I'm thinking about. So I'm over stressing. And then we got up there and we had been on the forestry trunk road when it had rained for like 5 days and the mud was so thick that it was just like that. So it's not like it was new to
Right.
us. So
Right.
I don't know, just the things that people say sometimes just stick with you. And if
Well,
you
you
don't just
you already have more
go and
experience than
do
I
it.
have riding on this kind of road, and you just started, so
As I
I've
told her,
al-
you've gotten a lot of experience between all of
Yeah, for
that,
sure.
and then like there's lots through the states that we do. There's some pretty technical trails that we get on, um, and she does amazing on them. And some of them they're pretty bad.
Yeah.
and you're on a
I
bike.
still question though, like when I'm riding them because I have only been riding for since May, like for 5 months, but I've got 22,000 kilometers now, and that's like not just highway riding. So
Right.
I still question and still am a new rider, even though I have the 22,000 kilometers.
That's a wild statistic. The
Yeah.
the amount of women riders that have been riding for 6 months, 7 months that have that much, less than a year that have that many miles under their belt has got to be almost zero.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've
You
put on
know,
a lot of miles.
Yeah, even riding up on the Dalton, we were talking about that, how many because we didn't see any women. We met all men. There were no women going up there, no women up at
sure.
Prudhoe Bay. Like so it was kind of neat to be doing that and not seeing very many women up there.
I mean, in general, like traveling across the country on the bike, I only saw a couple of women, and they were on the back of big Harleys. They weren't riding their own bikes at all. So you are probably a very narrow statistic.
Mm.
Oh
Just even
yeah.
riding at all, let alone through Alaska on dirt, unpaved roads, is pretty. It's pretty cool.
Well, I think in the 22,000 kilometers we've met one girl by herself, and that was just a couple weeks ago. We met her in Mexico here, and she's riding the same bike as Tanya. Oh no, 250,
250, yeah.
but she's from
Oh,
Turkey
wow.
riding around.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
That's crazy. Well, hats off to you guys. This is I'm sitting here. This is like my Christmas talking with you guys. This is so much fun. I'm living vicariously through you. You,
So
usually Brian can't get me to shut up about my stories, but I just want to hear more.
so how did the YouTube channel come about? Did you guys start that when you were doing your backpacking, or was this something?
We, oh God, probably, I would say 13 years ago. We met. So we have really good friends. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. You can look them up, named Travel Beans on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, you guys have the travel beans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
So,
traveled with them on the stray bus in Southeast Asia. That's where we met them
No
there.
way. Oh my
yeah. So,
gosh.
Yeah.
so we've known them for years. And their very first video, I think it was one of their first videos, they do a big long road trip through, through Europe, and they film all that. we were supposed to be on that trip with them, but we were at work and we couldn't go. And then we had discussed, we're like, well, if they're filming, we could probably start a YouTube channel and film as we're going. So we filmed lots. We just never used any of it. So we've got,
But we didn't talk in it either because we didn't want to be in the videos. We just wanted to show stuff.
yeah.
Right.
So we filmed, we always had a GoPro with us. We filmed through all 66 countries and never used any of it. So when we started on the bikes, it was more, we want a YouTube channel. My thought is I want a YouTube channel so that I can send videos back home and people at home can watch and keep up with what we're
Yeah.
doing. If it goes farther than that, it goes farther than that. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah, even now, like with the channel, looking back at some of the videos from the beginning, seeing the progress, it's so neat for us. Like when we're older and can't do anything anymore, we can just sit there and watch it. Go, look, we used to be able to do this. Like it's
Yeah, that's
just
right.
it's neat even for us, and to be able to share it with other people. We
Right.
had one guy message us. He said the videos that he watched was reminding of him and his wife, because she was short also, and then they rode around on bikes, and she's no longer with him, and he's 70 years old, and so it was reminding him of the time that they were together.
Right.
So for
That's
someone to
cool.
message and say that, like, that means so
Yeah.
much.
It
Yeah,
don't-
To
for
be able
sure.
to bring back good memories for someone. So it's not only for us, but if it does that for someone else, like that's just a bonus.
you
That's
got to
right.
be careful because I'm very sappy and I'll start crying in like a heartbeat. So,
So will she.
Yeah, I have a hard time talking about that because
yeah.
it's actually touching. It made my heart happy.
If you
Cool.
if you happen to rescue a puppy at some point, don't mention it to me because I would
Okay.
I would just put us right over the top. You know.
Just puppies or cats too?
Yeah, I guess a cat. You know.
Don't get me started on
I prefer
cats.
puppies, but you know.
Don't get me started.
Yeah.
I two cats live in my house. I don't own two cats. Two cats just live in my house. So.
Yeah. You probably didn't want them and you just randomly pet them.
But it's funny you talk about that with the video, because that's how I started with YouTube. I just bought a camera to commemorate a ride. So I live in Texas, by the way,
Yep.
just outside of Houston. So if you're heading back up this way, yeah, please stop in or whatever.
Yeah.
But actually, I only live about 2 hours away from. Do you guys know the Endless Adventure? Have you seen the Endless Adventure guys? They're friends with Travel
Cool.
Weeks too.
Oh yeah.
You have to check out Endless Adventure on YouTube. But yeah, so I just got a camera to record a ride with me and my dad, just to commemorate the ride, and I put them on YouTube so I didn't have to send him the files, and the thing started getting watched. Right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, how about this? So now here we are. So that's so
it's
funny.
neat.
I feel that same story, that same deal with you guys getting started.
Well,
Again,
because
I'm just living vicariously through you.
we talk about it, and like when we film stuff, and then when we're going through the videos, sometimes we're like, before we started doing them, actually, we're like, does anyone really want to know what Brett and Tanya are doing? Like,
I
we don't.
still don't think people care what I'm doing. But
Well,
It
you
just
guys have a
seems
good
like,
camaraderie though. You got a good patter back and forth. That's what people are really interested in. They like
yeah,
your personalities. It doesn't really matter what you're
That's-
doing or saying as long as you guys have that connection. So it's really cool, especially somebody who just recently started traveling with his wife on a bike. Like to see you guys out there doing it like that, and it's pretty awesome. Yeah.
well, I said that from the start when we decided to do this. I was like, I will not be fake for anybody. I'm not going to try and make it something that it's not. If my videos aren't, well, her videos aren't these masterpieces, I don't care. As long as I like them, my family likes them, and I won't lie for like products or anything. And those
Yeah,
are
amen.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
If I'm going to promote something or say something on my channel, it's because I want to do it.
well, and two, with learning and being together all the time, and like tensions rise sometimes, but that's reality. So if we're filming, it's going to be on the video. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
You could
reality
choose not
because there's
you could
so many
choose not to
people that
show it.
relate.
You could choose not to
Yeah.
show it, but it's still being recorded. So when you're
Yeah.
when you're
Yeah.
going back through the editing, you're watching it back.
Yeah.
There's lots of times she'll play something and I'm like, I don't know if we should put that in there. It almost sounds like I beat you.
Well, at least you got the court level recordings for when you need to go back and lawyer about who wins the argument. Oh,
Yeah.
what,
Exactly.
you said
We've
this.
done
No,
that.
I didn't actually.
Well,
It
We've done that.
timestamp 1432.
We
We've
have
done that.
one back.
We went back and I've been doing a video and I'm like, see, I told you, this is what I said that. So now there's
I'll-
records.
I'll tell you this now that we know each other a little bit, but the original joke I had for the opening was more like, at the end of the episode, they're going to tell us how they managed to travel around the world together and not end up on an episode of Dateline. You know, but Brandon's like, that might be a little bit too dark for people we haven't met. And I'm like, all right, I'll
No,
think of
that's-
something.
that'd be
That
perfect.
would have been perfect. For me.
One,
Yeah.
one of my
Live and
main,
learn. Live and
No,
learn.
no,
one of
it's
my
fine.
main
It was
podcasts
the
while
right
we're
choice,
riding.
but it's funny now that you guys are talking about it. Yeah.
Should have went with your gut.
Yeah.
One of my main podcasts while we're riding is Dateline, or this new one, Mind of a Serial Killer, where they just dissect serial killers. So
That's crazy. But my wife loves that stuff. She's glued to all that stuff.
So you guys are recording. How are you doing the voice on the video? Are you just using your Cardos for or do you have separate mics for that?
So we have, I think they're a Niwar lavalier mic, same mic that's attached to me right now.
Okay.
And it just plugs into the media mod on the GoPro and then automatically records what we're saying. And then if we do get into bad weather like rain, I have two of the GoPros set up Bluetooth that I can connect to the Cardo.
Right.
And we can record in the rain. We haven't had to use it very often, and it is very sketchy.
Yeah. Because Brandon and I were doing that with the Cardos, and we both ended up getting independent mics like you've got.
Really
So.
frustrating.
Yeah.
The
Depending on what
Cardo's
cameras
frustrating.
you
It-
use.
the Cardo's like it's like they're trying to keep down wind noise, so you have to like talk before it registers. So sometimes
Yes.
if I say, "Hey guys," you only hear guys. That's super annoying. I'm lucky. I use this at 360, and they just came out with these new little mics, and I can
Well,
magnet
wow.
this. I can magnet this into my helmet, which is really nice.
Yeah, I've got the
Oh,
same
yeah.
one,
That's-
and I just put a little piece of metal on my helmet, and it just sticks right on there, and yeah.
Oh, and
Well-
I said, when our GoPros all die, I said, we'll probably end up going with like Insta360 or DJI because their Bluetooth is so much stronger than GoPros. You can run Bluetooth mics. If you hook a Bluetooth mic up to this GoPro, it's like a 50-50 if it's going to work or not.
Right.
Well,
And-
you've got a professional level advantage with the lav mic too, because that's another thing that you don't have to charge, right? Because that just plugs straight in. So that
Yeah.
is a bad thing, because this thing obviously runs out of battery after a while.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we've
and-
got enough stuff we have to
Yeah.
charge.
Oh, and if you're running 5 cameras, I mean that's a lot. That's a lot of video to go through. A lot of
Yeah, plus the laptop and because I organize the videos every day. Like I
Yeah.
take everything off and
That too.
organize it every day, because if I didn't, I would be overwhelmed with all of
Yeah.
the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens to
5
me occasionally.
GoPros.
Sorry, go ahead.
5
sorry.
GoPros, the DJI, and the 360. That's a lot of video if we shoot everything in a day.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of video.
Yeah, I know.
That's a lot of
I did 2 cameras on the last trip. I had the 360, the X3 or whatever, and then I also had the chin mounted what's it called, the Ace Pro 2 or whatever. And then like I ended up just using like one for each video. I'm like I don't have the brain width, the bandwidth to like combine them. I was looking at it and I was like, oh, that means I have to edit this one down first, decide the camera angle, then add this one. And I was like, no, I'll just make it with one. I don't need both, you know?
That's the one drawback of the X5 is you basically have to edit it and
Before
then
you
go
can even-
edit again, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does all that, all the organizing, like all the videos are basically her. If it was me, I'd have given up a long time ago. Because for one, GoPro, they name their files very annoyingly. They don't organize them. They're named weird. They'll sometimes name 2 videos the same file name, so you can't just go and search for one. So she does all that. She names it. She organizes it. She's got files inside of subfolders. So
Yeah,
you got
it's
to do that.
even matching up the voices, like, because I've got one on my helmet, he's got one on his helmet, we've got one on the bike, each got one on the bike, and then we've got the one that we use for like when we get somewhere or whatever, so we don't have to take everything off. But to match, like, if we drop the bike or something and both of us are there, I have to figure out the two videos, like the two voices, and then
You
there's
gotta line 'em up.
four. Yeah, there's four cameras that you have to go through and make sure it's the right angle, make sure they're lined up properly and the voices match and the sound match and then the actions match. So
Yeah,
it's time consuming.
you can't be picking the bike up in one camera and then the next
Yeah.
camera shot, the bike's still laying there and then you're picking it up again. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
That's what you say what you will about AI, but one day AI, you're going to be able to just dump all the cameras into one file and it will line them all up for you. So you can just, or maybe we're not there yet, but
100%.
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
day, one day.
She's not a fan of AI. I use Gemini. Me and Gemini have a steady relationship.
I wasn't a fan at first, but especially when it comes to making content on YouTube, and I kept getting hit with copyright strikes. Even if it was a free song that Insta360 gave you, I would still get a copyright strike for it. So
Mhm.
I started just creating songs with AI, and now I love it. I mean, it's so fast, and you could just make funny songs about whatever you're doing in like 3 seconds. Like on Suno or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Gemini to DJ us some stuff later.
There
Yeah.
you go. There you go. Well, cool.
And
Sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, as far as even just organizing these podcasts, like I'll just go in and I'll say, look, I've got Brett and Tanya coming on with Brandon. We're going to talk about their trips and blah blah blah, and then it creates an entire like spreadsheet of like questions to ask you guys that I may not have thought of, and puts it all
Yeah.
organized. And yeah,
It is very handy. I took a picture. Tanya thinks it's too much. So I asked it about how to set up this little studio that we've got going on today. And then I took a picture of our studio and it was like, yeah, your studio looks really good, but I recommend turning your lights off in the background, putting your computer in front of you so that you have more light, or else it's going to draw into the background. And I'm like, it's amazing.
He sent a
Right.
picture to AI.
yeah.
Like, it's like they're actually in a relationship. They're sending selfies. Would I be jealous?
Yeah. 16 years of traveling the world and fixing your marriage, all of a sudden for it to fall apart because of
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah.
That's a weird movie, gang.
If
I'm
you
here to tell you
rename
that's a weird
Gemini
movie.
like Honey or something, then you're gonna
Yeah.
that'll be
Yeah.
a sign.
Well, okay, so Mexico, can you give us obviously, you haven't posted any videos about Mexico yet. Can you give us a little
Well,
background about what you're doing there, what you're checking out, and have you had any really good tacos yet?
We have had really good tacos with lots of guacamole on them.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And we've done a lot of camping, a lot of beach camping.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We dropped down in Mexicali in Baja California. So
Okay,
we
very
did
cool.
we did basically all of Baja California and then came across.
so you
Sorry.
guys you guys have like a short-term plan and then also a long-term plan, or you just kind of just playing it by ear as you go?
We do tomorrow.
No, so we just know the start point and the end point for this trip. And then once we get to the end point, then we'll decide where we're going after that.
So
We have
are
some
you
ideas where we want to go, but we don't plan too far ahead.
are you heading to South America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our final destination on this trip is Ushuaia.
Wow.
So we'll get all the way down there. And then from there, that's as far as we really know. And even the time frame on that, we don't know. It'll take us at least a year and a half because you can either do it in 6 months or a year and a half. And we don't want to do it in 6 months. We won't. We're already too late to do it.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's basically just a matter of where's the cheapest place to send the bikes to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends named Ernie and Camilo, and they started in Texas. They bought bikes specifically for the trip, and their goal is to go all the way to tip of South America. But they did the same thing. They worked their way through Mexico and then Central America, and then they left the bikes at the Panama Canal, and then flew back and went to work for one of them's works on an oil rig, so he works like 30 days on, 30 days off kind of thing. So he flew back, worked his 30 days, then like 2 months later flew back, got the bikes, and they went into Colombia and then flew back home. And now that they're just doing that every few months. They're flying in, grabbing the bikes, and he's telling me that it's not exactly legal the way they're storing the bikes. You're not really supposed to leave them beyond this many days and yada, yada. You know, you can't leave the
Yeah,
country
there's
without the bikes and
a whole
paperwork
lot of
and all that.
laws with the tip and what you're allowed and not allowed to do, but
Yeah.
there's always a way around it. Somebody just needs some money under the table somewhere.
That's really funny because when they were in Central America, they got pulled over and the cops basically just wanted like $20 from them. And the other guy's like, no way, I'm not paying you. So he confiscated their driver's licenses and said, all right, I'm giving you a ticket. Now you can't leave until you pay for it. So then they had
Yeah.
to, and they're like, well, where are you going to be? They're like, we'll be here somewhere. You can find us. So they literally had to, like, one of them followed the guys and then the other one went to go pay the tickets, which ended up wasting an entire day. And then it still was only a $20 fine. They could have just given the guy a $20 bill and been gone, you know, but
Yeah,
so
and there's so many stories about it. So many people tell you basically just follow your gut. You
yeah,
say no to everybody anyways, just say no to them. And if you feel that it's not a good situation, just give them the $20. Chances are they will just get out of your way, let you leave.
right.
Yeah.
Also, with the driver's license and things, if you have an international driver's license, it's better to give that because
Yeah.
it's easier to get that back, like when you go home or order another one, than it is for your actual license. Or have photocopies and just give them a photocopy of it because they don't necessarily need the actual license. Same
Right.
with the passports.
It happens.
Well, you guys are
Could be an
experienced
interesting.
travelers. You've been all over the world. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we've been a lot of places. We've backpacked a lot of places. We've hitchhiked through some countries, and we've only ever had one. It was an almost scare in Cambodia, and other than that, we've never met anybody that wanted to do any harm. Knock on wood.
right.
99% of the people that you meet are amazing people.
That's it. That's true.
And
Yeah.
you just have to be smart about it. Like we don't go out and drink and party at 4 a.m. and walk down the streets of Mexico. It's like,
Anymore.
and yeah,
Anymore.
but we're just smart about it. Like I don't wear my rings or you don't wear any diamonds. If someone wants something, just give it to them. I mean,
Right.
it's
Yeah, and we've always had to kill them with kindness with anybody, people online, people that you meet. If you want to be rude or do something out here, I'll just keep smiling and pretend like I have no idea what's going on.
It's a pretty. That's a good life philosophy anyway. You know, there's no reason to get upset about it.
No,
So
I mean,
so let
I
me
get
ask
upset
you.
about enough stuff in life. I don't need to get upset about
Yeah.
that. So,
yeah, he's more upset about the drone not flying where he wants it to.
So
So
when you
hold on. So does the drone? Speaking of the drone, so the drone you got, the classic, does that have the follow feature?
uh, the classic has about every feature you could possibly want. It's one step down from the Mavic Pro.
Okay.
So it runs the same cameras as the Mavic Pro. It has the follow me. It's got cruise control on it, so it'll just fly in a straight line, or you can
If there's a tree in the way, it'll hit
it'll
it. If it's
fly
on
into the
cruise
tree
control.
sometimes.
I lost one. I lost one drone to a tree already.
You can set it if there's a map, you can pre-download maps, and if you're on a road, like a really windy road, I can map the road out on it, and it'll follow the road.
That's cool.
So as you drive it, it's got a lot of features. I know how to use like go up, forward. Sometimes
so-
it doesn't listen.
Well, so I was going to ask is do you ever mount it to the bike so it's following you on the bikes, and if so, how are you mounting it to the bike, or do you mount it to yourself? I've
So
kind of debated with myself.
I bought an actual mount for it and it didn't fit. So I use the mount that I have on the bike for the GoPro. I took a GoPro sticky mount and stuck it to the back of the remote. And
Yeah.
then I just slide in one of the chest pieces and actually mount it directly to my handlebars
that's
so
smart.
that
Yeah.
as we're riding, I can keep my lid open and watch the screen and make sure
Yeah.
that nothing's going on and then just take off. We don't ever drive very fast. We try to be in secluded areas when I fly it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's mounted right in front of me. So I can watch everything that's happening. If it's going to crash, I can abort what it's doing. But it's
Nice.
just a sticky pad on the back of it that uses the same clip as a GoPro.
Nice.
So when you guys were doing your backpacking and all those places, were you camping at that point, or were you just doing like hostels and stuff like that?
Stay mostly in hostels. At the beginning, we stayed in hostels a lot, and then as we realized we liked our own space and didn't like what was going on in hostels anymore, and enjoy our sleep, we decided that guest houses were better. So we stayed more in guest houses and hotels and
So the
stuff after
camping is
that.
new
Oh,
to the bike, right? Is that when you started doing the camping?
yes,
Yeah,
camping's new to the bike, not new to us.
yeah. We've camped lots, just not like moto camping and taking everything with us is new for
Yeah, that's a
sure.
specific challenge on its own, just because of the
Yeah,
Oh
limited
yeah,
space.
yeah.
I just said it the other day. If I was to do this, like replan all this again, I think I would camp like Canada, the States, and then I would ship the camping gear south towards like Chile area and then pick it up when you get down there. Because camping in some of these other places, it's so hot. Trying to camp when it's 93 degrees
Yeah,
outside.
it's misery.
Yeah. And then
Some places were pretty good.
they were, but and it's a lot of weight. Like we have a 3-man tent with a porch on it and a queen size air mattress. Like we don't have the smallest, lightest stuff. So it's a lot of stuff on the bikes.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Oh, hey, listen, I mean, it's all a trade off, and every
Yeah.
mile you learn a little bit more about what you're willing to live with and what you prefer.
Yeah,
Well,
it's been good though with like the beginning was tough trying to figure out what goes where and then who's doing what. But now we've both got our jobs, so we can do it pretty quick now, set it up and take it down. Um,
well, there's a
Sounds,
few things that,
sounds like Brett sets up everything and takes it down while you upload videos and categorize everything. Is that about right?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
So
We
were you
have some
guys
things like when we bought our stuff, we had a lot of people tell us, "Oh, that's a waste." Like the chairs that we're sitting in right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
We have a fairly big, I think it's like a 12-foot by 10-foot tarp and a little table, and that's everybody told us it's too heavy. It's a waste of space. I don't think I'd enjoyed this trip without these chairs or that tarp.
No, because we
Yeah.
did one trip to Crescent Falls
Yeah.
without a tarp. And it was so horrible trying to pack everything up in the rain because we had
Yeah. Sure.
nothing to cover us. And we were soaked, all of the stuff was soaked. Like it was
You're just
so
miserable the
miserable.
whole time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then you had to
so
go ride.
And then we
yeah,
had to go we had rode for a long time that day. That was when we ended up buying the hippo hands after that because like our hands were
Yeah.
frozen. Our hands and feet were frozen.
So what route did you take from Alaska back all the way to Mexico? Where'd you go through?
We went in through what's the
the Cassiar Highway.
yeah.
Yeah, we took the Cassiar Highway down, and then we did a bunch of back roads. There's some very beautiful back roads through British Columbia, and then
We went down through into Montana
Oh, okay. Nice.
and down that
I,
way.
yeah,
I've
we
never
came
been to
back
Montana.
across. We basically came across the bottom of British Columbia just because my brother lives down there and we wanted to stop and see him. Um, and then, yeah, into Montana. And then through Montana, we do a mix of everything. But there's, without spoiling too much, there's lots of BDR stuff that we did there.
Oh, very cool. Look forward to seeing that.
Man, I'm just like
They
green
heard that's
envy.
You
I
guys
thought
are
the
living
hardest part
you're out there
I
living
thought
our
the hardest
dream.
part was not the hardest part I thought was not telling people or telling people that we were going to be riding bikes, like, because we were excited to tell people and we waited. And then now, like, I just want to share all of the roads that we did, like through the states and the like. Waiting is so hard because we know what's
Yeah.
coming. We just
Yeah.
want to share it.
Well, and even the people that know where we are, like we have some family members that track us on our phone. So they know where we are at all times when we're in service. And the one, my little cousin, her and her kids, they watch every episode. She's not allowed to watch the episode until her kids are home. And she's like, I can see where you guys are, but you're so far behind that it's trying to catch up and see what's coming. And
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Super cool. What a world we live in,
Yeah.
And you
Yes,
guys,
it
you're
is.
exactly right. Like, when we're all, when we can't ride anymore and we can't move around and we're all, convalescing in our beds, we just watch all of our cool adventures in full recollection. We don't have to try to remember it. We can just watch.
Yeah.
So
Well, and that's the thing too. Like, when we were gonna leave and people were saying like, "Oh no, you should wait. You should wait another year, do some more day trips, get used to riding the bike, and then next year try and go on the trip." Well, it doesn't make any sense to me because if I don't have the experience right now, I'm just doing a whole bunch of day trips in a row. That's all I'm
Right.
doing. We're just camping along the way. So
Yeah.
what is the difference of me doing that? It's actually better to do that than wait 8 months and then get back on the bike and have to relearn everything and then go.
There you go.
So
Yeah, especially in Canada, because you got to put the bikes away.
Yeah.
for 8 months. not months.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're able to do it right now. We don't know what's going to happen in a year. So we're healthy, able to ride. Why would we not do it?
Exactly.
The bouncing
Yeah.
back with the wall. So we have to do things that are really personal for you too. Before we left on the trip, my grandma, she had my grandma and grandpa traveled all over the world, and she recorded everything on an old recorder with not quite the VHS, they're a little bit smaller than that.
Like a
Oh,
mini
wow.
cassette. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Big.
she wasn't able to watch any of them. And before we left, I took all of them and put them onto YouTube for her and for the family.
Oh man, that's so cool.
So they could go back and watch. She wasn't so interested in her trips because she just filmed everything. So she'd hold the camcorder up there for like 8 hours just out the window and recording everything. But she recorded every family function for years, and we put all those back on YouTube. And then she shared it, like she sat there for days watching Christmases from 38 years ago, 40 years ago, things that had been completely forgotten. And I was like, it's pretty cool that you can just put it on here. And whether nobody watches it or not, I can go back and watch it. I can go back
That's
to my
right.
grandma's channel and watch a Christmas from when I was born.
Well, and
Yeah,
even
that's-
too, like his grandma and grandpa used to travel all the time and they used to go up to Alaska all the time. And she talked to us about all of the places they've been to. So as she's watching the videos, it's bringing back memories for her too. And she's tracking us as we go. And everywhere we stop, like in a little town, she's like, "Oh, I did this," or "Oh, I did this," or "We ate this there." So it's for her, it's reminding her of things that happen along the way too. So it's so cool that you can do this and be able to share it, and it's pretty cool.
Here.
yeah, I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Or wait, Brian, what am I supposed to say? Tally ho.
Tally
You
Yeah,
guys,
ho.
don't know
tally
why,
ho.
you guys don't know why that's funny, but it's funny to me and Brian.
Well, Brandon's been traveling back and forth to London, seems like every other weekend. And so
Not quite that much.
I know, I'm just joking, but ChatGPT now thinks he's British because like the last 3 episodes
Oh.
we've talked about London. And so when I asked it for the description for this episode, it was like insert dry British humor by Brannen, and then Brannen says a British quip, and I'm like, he's not British. Like,
Man, I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia.
yeah,
That ain't gonna work, man.
yeah. So I was like, I hope they can understand your British accent, like,
Do you have a
Fish and
translator
chips.
on? Is that what's happening? Because I can understand you pretty clearly.
yeah, it's a translator,
That's
yeah,
right. That's
universal
right. Yeah,
translator.
That's right. Well, good deal. So, man, I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying watching the videos. I'm so happy that we connected. I'm so grateful that you guys were willing to kind of come on here and talk with us. This has been so much fun.
Yeah, hopefully you've
Yeah.
enjoyed it enough that in a couple months you'll come back and update us.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
100%.
For sure.
Yeah,
Good deal.
fantastic.
And even if it takes a year and a half, if you're coming back up to the States anytime, let us know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we come into Texas. We actually spend quite a bit of time in Texas. We have friends that live in Conroe.
Dude, I live just south of Conroe, man. I go to Conroe that's where I go ride in the dirt.
Oh, yeah. We were there for
Yeah.
6 months, like 2 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Spend quite a bit of
I
time
may
there.
have passed you on the road. You may have seen me on my Himalayan riding up to Sam Houston
Probably.
National Forest.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We weren't cool then. We didn't know the wave.
Oh,
Yeah.
you-
That's
yeah,
right.
you
That's
gotta
right.
get the wave down.
That's
My
right.
wife's like, do I have to do that? And I was like, no, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. Nobody has to do it. Like,
It makes Santa so mad when people don't wave.
Yeah. I'm like,
yeah,
what
oh,
are you
exactly.
waving?
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
wave at everybody.
Oh, there's no sense of getting mad at them. They're already Harley riders. They're already too grumpy.
Yeah.
We all know who doesn't wave back.
Yeah, it's usually
They're
the
just
Harley
mad they
guys.
can't stand up.
I thought I
That's
would
right.
get more waves now that I have a big cruiser. My second bike's a cruiser, and I think they see it's an Indian. They still don't wave back to me.
Yeah,
So.
he bought an Indian, so they wave with this. you
Yeah.
know?
I was going to say, I think they have an app on those Harleys that tells them if there's a Harley nearby. So any other bike that doesn't beep. We have some friends that
Hey, Binge Moto loves you, Harley guys. We're just giving you a
That's
hard
right.
time.
And if you want to sponsor me, Harley, I'll love you even more. No, just kidding.
Yeah, that's right.
Earlier they were talking
We had
about
some
their
buddies
scruples.
that
I don't have any scruples, so I'll get the tattoo and everything.
Yeah.
there is
I
some
don't think
friends
I
that
don't
have
think it goes
Harleys.
on your arm there, buddy.
Huh?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't go on my arm.
Yeah, I don't think that Harley tattoo goes on your arm. I think it
Tramp
goes
stamp.
somewhere else when you buy it.
Tramp stamp.
Yeah.
That's what that is on Jerry.
Well, let me give you guys some plugs. Definitely check out Action Motos. Brandon's channel is kind of blowing up, and I think you guys are on your way. Morrisons Enroute. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can also follow them on Facebook. If you follow them on there, then they link all their videos and stuff like that, and send them a message. Encourage them. Buy them a cup of coffee. I saw you guys have that app. That's kind of cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that-
the most amazing thing.
That blew us away. Like we put it on there because we're like, I mean, whatever.
Everybody has it.
Yeah.
You might as well.
And then
Yeah.
when the first person bought us a coffee, we're like, someone just
All
sent
right.
us money.
Yeah. Somebody bought us a coffee. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it blows me away that people want to support your trip, and that it just means that the videos are doing something, like that we're actually making an influence. Like I hate that
Yeah,
word
they're-
influence, but like
You're giving them free
you're
entertainment, and
impacting.
they're rewarding
Yeah.
you for it. So
Well,
Yeah,
the, way,
it's
the way I like to put it is I just want to give value back to the motorcycle community. If I'm giving
Yeah.
some sort of value back, that's what I care about, right?
Yeah.
Well-
Well, and there's so many people, we've got so many messages because there's so many people that are women that are short, or people that are short that are beginners, or they are just starting to ride, and then they see our videos and they're like, you're struggling too. Like I can relate. So that gives motivation for them maybe, and that's worth it for the video and by itself.
Or I like to complain about things.
Yeah.
Stuff doesn't work. We had a guy actually message and said, I see you haven't complained about your rain suit. It must be good. Where did you get it?"
That's a good gauge. That's like the Waffle House thing. You know, if Waffle House is open, then the hurricane wasn't that bad. So if you haven't
Yeah.
complained about it, it must be good.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
that.
that's what I said. I'm not going to lie about about gear. If your gear doesn't do what I think it should do, I'm going to tell people. So
yeah, I have a
and my
friend that
rain
used
gear does exactly what it says it's going to do.
I have a friend that used to be a rep for a company. I'm not going to mention it right now, but he came on and he talked shit about it for like an hour, and their rep reached out to me, and I was like, hey, he was just telling his side of the story. Like,
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
what do you want from me? Like, he's like, well, you want our side of it? I was like, he was like, he wore it in the rain. He got wet. It was too hot. Whatever. And they were like $1,000 jackets. So,
Yeah. Well, and I don't keep it quiet. Like I say it on our videos, but then I also reach out. Like I have things that I don't like about the giant loop bag, but I reach out to the company and message them. And this is what I don't like about your bag. This is what you should look at fixing. I'm new to this and this isn't working for me. It's not going to work for
Right.
other people.
Well,
So-
you're also giving all your stuff real time, testing experience. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any company where you're using their stuff should, I would imagine, even if they're hearing it from other people, would be very interested in hearing what you guys are saying about their
Yeah.
equipment.
So I've messaged quite a few companies about stuff, and this is what I don't like. This is what I do like. And yeah, see how that works
Fantastic.
out for us.
well, thanks for joining us. I look forward to seeing where you guys end up next. And I'm really curious to see your trip through the States, because like Brandon and I have both done a lot of those states recently, so I'm curious to see if you guys. Well, I didn't do any off road stuff, so yours is gonna be better than me anyway. But
Well, I do hope everybody enjoys it. I know I enjoyed going through there. It was some of the nicest riding.
It was one of my favorites so far, and I have a lot of favorites.
wow, that's awesome. Yeah, now I'm really excited. I'm really excited. So thanks for
Well,
thanks
thanks
for
guys
tuning.
again.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead, Brandon. Yeah.
I was gonna say thanks again, and please, we'll stay in touch on Facebook or whatever. But please
Yeah.
let us know when you're back in Wi-Fi range, and we can connect like this because we. Not to speak for Brian, but I'm pretty sure I can. This
Yeah.
has been fantastic. We really enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah, thank you so much for having
You've
us.
been our first.
Yeah. Nice.
Can you do that weird? Take a picture of it.
Yeah. So make sure you like and subscribe, and if you like audio podcasts, we also put this out on audio, so you can listen to it. You guys can put it in your helmets while you're riding. Listen to it on
Oh yeah.
There you go. I
on
love listening
Apple,
to my
or
own
it goes
voice.
out on Apple, Amazon, any of the services that Podcast Addict, all that. It's on all of them. And also the video will be up, and I'll if you have any cool photos or anything you want me to put up here as B-roll or whatever, you can just message them to me. Yeah, that would be cool. And then go ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Keep looking for action.
Keep looking for
Thank
action.
you so much.
Thanks. All right.
Subscribe.